Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today I wanted to have a little bit of a chat. I'm currently replaying the Vanguard Manhunt in the Division 2. If I open up real quick, you'll see that I'm on the last target. Alright, I'm working my way towards unlocking Kelso again, and to be honest, I'm not super pumped about it. Now you might be wondering, well, why are you replaying it? And that is because of the recent debacle that has gone on about this last comm that you unlock from the Manhunt. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe not, but comm 26, or it's rather just a final note that you get from Kelso, was something that a small amount of players unlocked when they first completed the finale when it released this last week. But for others, like myself and many more, it was nowhere to be found. And so we assumed that there was a bug going on with it, and that hopefully then the developers would fix it up in the coming days or weeks and add it in to the finale missions loot pool so that you could just replay it and get it there. But they then put out this tweet that I'll show up on screen where it says that also to clear up the confusion, the additional reward after resetting the Manhunt is Kelso comm number 26. And that is what has led to a lot of people, now myself included, replaying it to get it. Now, do I need it? No. I've seen a picture of what it says, but I would like to just have, the full 26 out of 26 in there. I don't want to have one missing. But I take some issue with them putting that last comm supposedly intentionally behind resetting the Manhunt. Now, the reason I find that odd is because that, little symbol or the little text that they have there that says resetting the Manhunt will get you additional rewards. Can I see it now when I do it? No, because I had to reset it. But it's always said that at the bottom. Every season, it is said that if you reset it, you'll get additional rewards. The thing is, I've played every Division 2 season as it's come out over the years, and I've never reset a Manhunt in my life. I enjoy playing through them once, right? I like to see what little gameplay changes they make. Of course, you do it for the story. You do it to unlock the finale. I have no reason, once it's done, to want to replay them again. And yet, I've always collected every single season reward because they have never tied anything exclusive, I should say, to replaying them. I think that message is just there to indicate that if you want to reset it and replay it, you'll continue to get additional loot rewards and all that stuff. And so, from that tweet, for them to now suggest that it was intended that you have to replay the entire Manhunt to get that last comm is just not very fun, I don't think. And again, I think it's very odd for them to say that when some people got it the first time around. And that seems to be, in my mind, what the intended design was. And so, yeah, I don't know why they've necessarily gone in that direction, but here we are. And it brings up kind of a larger point that I wanted to make and discuss here about the Manhunts and the seasons within the game, which is the rewards. I think the reward structure of seasons has always struggled a bit, or at least, struggled to find its true identity. All right, let's move on to this first bounty here. But yeah, the original Manhunt that we had in the Warlords of New York campaign, of course, every rogue target gave us a new skill, and then, of course, we fought Keener, and then the first 4 seasons that we got during year 2 of the game's post-launch support, each of those, the final reward was a new skill, and I think that was a pretty enticing reward to make players want to go through and play through that content. Then afterwards, when we move ahead to year 4, when the game came back for content, they started off by putting new exotics behind there, which I was personally okay with. I thought that was, again, a way to make the Manhunts worthwhile. You play through it, you get a new exotic at the end. It also adds then a new item that can be released like midway through the season, which was kind of exciting, so that not everything was front-loaded with the release of a new update. But then, I guess players decided they weren't a fan of that, and so the devs moved away from it. In Season 11, they tried tying a cosmetic to it, which was cool for that one time. We had the stovepipe vest, but it wasn't like the, coolest exotic I've ever seen. And then we moved to Year 5, where they just decided to put patches behind the final completion reward for each of these Manhunts. And I don't think, personally, that that's very enticing at all. Now, of course, the main draw of participating in a Manhunt in a season is the story and the lore, and that has always remained the same up until this day. It's still very exciting to go through and see what new story unfolds, what lore bits you can uncover, right? That's never changed. But at the same time, you're still asking players to dedicate a good amount of time each season to going through those activities, and I think personally that it's nice to offer a gameplay incentive as well to want to do it. And so we know that we have Seasons 2.0 coming on the horizon in Year 6 Season 2, and so I for one really hope that rewards for the Manhunt and the overall, just reward and loot structure for this entire activity and framework is something that rework will address. I don't need every season to be giving me, the most crazy new item they've ever conceived, but it would be nice to get something a little bit more substantial and worthwhile than just a patch. And again, like I started this video talking about, I don't think it's okay to ask players to rerun the entire Manhunt just to get a singular comm that should have been rewarded at the end of the main completion to begin with. And I'm still not convinced that that was the intended design. I know that tweet indicates that, but again, because some players got it the first time around, I think it's very odd that they then try to imply that it was intended. So I hope we get some clarity on that in the future. But either way, that's kind of my stance. Here I am rerunning it anyway. And, you know, if they were to continue doing it, I would still do it, you know, begrudgingly, because I want to get all the rewards. But I don't think that asking players to replay the manhunt almost in any circumstance is really fine. You know, it's good that they have that feature if people want to, but it shouldn't be forced, especially for something as trivial and something as, you know, as you should get the first time around, like one of those lore comps. So that's mostly what I wanted to talk about in this video, folks, was just the current debate that is going on about that final comm and the acquisition method you have to go through to get it, as well as the reward structure of Seasons in general. Of course, I think people are expecting and hoping for a lot with Seasons 2.0. I am as well. And I really do hope that that is something they take into account and rework a little bit. And we have gotten teases that they might do that. Yannick was talking about how, you know, they're looking at why would you play a manhunt versus countdown versus a bounty or a main mission. So I think it's something they have in mind, and, you know, hopefully whatever this comp situation is really the culprit of, they can take a look at it and just rethink the whole system. But yeah, that's most of what I wanted to get off my chest in this video. I've just been getting quite bored replaying this, so I wanted to vent and talk to somebody. So thank you for listening if you did. I'd be very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this entire discussion and debate regarding rewards with Seasons, and specifically what's gone on with this last comm of the Vanguard manhunt. Whatever you're thinking, let me know down below. If you enjoy videos like this and you want to stay up to date on the current discussion and news and info and everything with the Division 2, then be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. We would love to have you. And that's going to do it for me today, everybody. Wish me luck that I can get through the rest of this session without getting too bored. But we're almost there, so yeah, at least the final mission is quite fun. I'm excited to replay that. That's all for me, though, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. RogueGold. Ow.